Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Football Pundit. We have a lot to discuss today with Aston Villa taking on Arsenal at Villa Park, Brighton taking on Manchester United in the American Express Stadium. We have Ronaldo breaking all the records there is to break for YouTube, and we finally have Merino at Arsenal. After moving like a turtle all throughout the summer transfer window, we have finally landed Merino. So, welcome to Football Pundit, and without any further ado, let's get started. So, let's get started. Cristiano Ronaldo has opened a YouTube channel, and in more than 24 hours, he has broken all the records that is to play. He got the silver play button from YouTube, he got the gold play button from YouTube, and the diamond play button from YouTube. He has close to 33 million subscribers. As we speak, it will be more. Nobody has ever been able to get subscribers or get a channel following these many people at this rate ever. Cristiano Ronaldo, if we just combine his Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, he has more than 1 billion people following him. He is truly the state of the art when it comes to an influential person. Amazing, absolutely extraordinary. Now, if you compare it with speed, maybe people like KSI, Logan Paul, and Marcus Brownlee, these all people took their own time to build their YouTube from 0 to 19.3 million for Marcus, 23.6 million for Logan Paul, 24 million for KSI, and 28 million for iShowSpeed. And Cristiano Ronaldo, has been able to beat all of them in just a day. And right now, he is coming for Mr. Beast. I think it will be a tough one, but you never know with Cristiano Ronaldo. He might be able to take him on in just a matter of close to 4-5 months. And he might become the most followed person on YouTube as well, as he is already on Instagram. Now let's look at some of the matches that we have in Matchweek 2 of the Premier League season. We have Brighton take on Manchester United. This will be a good game where Brighton hosts Manchester United in the American Express Stadium. Then we have Crystal Palace take on West Ham. It should be an even game. Fulham take on Leicester. We know that Vardy is back, and with the power of Red Bull. We have then Manchester City take on Ipswich Town. I think Manchester City in Etihad hosting Ipswich Town, they will just roll them over. Then we have Southampton versus Nottingham Forest. I think this should be a pretty even game. Then we have Spurs take on Everton. Everton are really in a really bad form. Since last season they got point deducted, there are still chances this season that they can get further point deducted. Even they are not in playing well. So I think Spurs should get this one over the line. Then we have the main match where Aston Villa host Arsenal in the Villa Stadium. This will be Arsenal going back again at the Villa Stadium where they lost the last time. And I hope that they really change things around this time. Then we have Bournemouth take on Newcastle, which should be an easy win for Newcastle. We have Wolves take on Chelsea. Even though Chelsea is struggling with form and with the structure at their club, there is a lot of disturbances around there. But I think Chelsea should get this one over the line and should beat Wolves comfortably. Then we have the last match, which is Liverpool taking on Brentford. Now, although this would have been a good match, but at Anfield Liverpool would be really strong and Brentford would be playing without Ivan Toney. And if I read the news correctly, it seems that till the transfer deadline is over on 30th, Ivan Toney will not be starting for Brentford. So Liverpool should get this one comfortably over the line. Now let's look at some of the transfers that has happened over this week. Now Gundogan is back with Manchester City. Barca wanted to move him. He had options from Saudi clubs, but he had a discussion with Pep, and Pep has gladly taken him back. Now, with Gundogan back, we all know what happens. Gundogan was in sublime form, and he was a key figure in getting them the 5 Premier League titles. Every time when we used to think that maybe De Bruyne is out injured and maybe there is no option for Manchester right now, he used to step up with goals, with assists, and with driving the team forward till De Bruyne was off. So this would be an amazing signing for Manchester City. Even though it's on free, it will be absolutely fruitful for them to get their 5th Premier League title in a row. Let's check out what others. Then we have Emi Martinez, who's just signed a long-term contract with Aston Villa. The contract is valid till 2029. The World Cup winner has made close to 145 Premier League appearances for Villa and keeping 48 clean sheets. We all know how good Martinez is, and at least all Arsenal fans understand that he is one of the best keepers that is out there, with winning the World Cup with Argentina, winning the Copa America with Argentina, making crucial penalty saves during the match, and being a monster during the penalty shootout. So this will be a very good addition for Aston Villa by extending their contract of Emi Martinez. Now, João Felix is back at Chelsea. He didn't had a very good loan season with Chelsea, but still, for some reason or the other, they feel that João Felix will be a good fit. So they have this time got him on a permanent deal. Now Chelsea have signed João Felix back for a deal close to 46 million pound. I think João Felix is still young. He's just 24 years of old, so it might be still. So he might still have time to settle in and perform at the level where people are expecting him to perform. But as of now, I'm really not sure. Chelsea have so many players, so many white players, so I'm not sure how it goes. Now, to give you the context of how good Mohamed Salah actually is. He is the all-time top scorer in Matchweek 1 with scoring 9 goals. Nobody is after Mohamed Salah. It is Frank Lampard with 8, Wayne Rooney with 8, Alan Shearer with 8, Jamie Vardy with 8, and Sergio Aguero with 7, and Teddy Sheringham with 7. I think he is the best right winger in the world. He has been performing at the top level throughout his career. In the Premier League, when Mane was there were a lot of people who thought that when Mane left Liverpool, his form will drop off. But that was not to be. He still plays very well, providing the crucial number of goals and assists. And someday, I really feel Saka should. And after Salah, he is the best right winger in the Premier League right now. Now let's look at Ugarte's deal to Manchester United. Manchester United are now close in getting Ugarte deal done. As revealed last week, Manchester United want to proceed with a loan with an obligation to buy, and meeting with PSG was positive. No bids for Ederson. Manchester United want Ugarte, and details are being discussed. Now, to be honest, I haven't seen this guy much, but he looks, from the videos, he looks like a very good defensive midfielder. He can break plays. He looks like he can carry the ball as well, and would be a good fit for Casemiro. They really need to have some competition in the place with now McTominay going as well. So they only have Mainu and Casemiro there, with Eriksen also on the verge of moving away. So Ugarte would be a very good signing for Manchester United. This is something that I was addressing earlier. So Thomas Frank on Ivan Toney's future. He could be selected tomorrow or maybe not. He could be here after 30th. He could not be. Everything is up in the air. Now we all know that Toney was linked with betting, and that has caused him not to be picked or pursued by any of the big six clubs that are there. Even Brentford are facing challenges in trying to move him, where no good suit coming for him with the amount of money Brentford would really want. So let's see what happens. I would have really loved Toney to join Arsenal, but with the PR around him, I don't think Arsenal will go near Ivan Toney right now. This came out of the blue, where Fabrizio Romano said that Jude Bellingham suffers from plantar fasciitis. I might have butchered the name of the injury, but in his right leg. Real Madrid expect Bellingham to be back after the international break in late September. So he will miss at least 4 to 5 games, but I think he should be back after international break. But this would be a hit for Real Madrid for sure. Now let's talk about the main agenda item, which is Arteta versus Unai Emery. Now there was a heated debate on Twitter around a couple of days back, where who is the better manager? Is it Mikel Arteta or Unai Emery? Now, according to the stats and according to the trophies that Unai has won, Unai is for sure a better manager than Mikel Arteta right now. Unfortunately, he was not being supported by the fans and the Arsenal club, and he had to leave and got sacked in the middle of the season, where Arteta took over. And if you see the amount of trophies that he has won, he has won the Europa League in 2013-14 season, 2014-2015, and then doing it in 2015-2016 season as well, doing it consecutively for 3 years. then he lost in 18-19, and then he won it again in 2020 and 2021, where he defeated Arsenal in the semi-final and Manchester United in the final. So according to the stats and according to the trophies, Unai at present is a better manager than Mikel Arteta. But not to sway away from the fact that Mikel Arteta has his first managerial job at Arsenal, he has built the team back and is performing at the level where all Arsenal fans expect him to do. Unai Emery started his managerial career around 2003 and 4, which is now he is 20 years into the managerial system where he has won all these trophies. Mikel Arteta is having his fifth full season. So there is still a long way to go before we start comparing these things. But as of present, with the amount of trophies that Unai has, he surely beats Mikel Arteta. Now let's look at the last results of Arsenal versus Aston Villa. Arsenal unfortunately could only win one of the games where they beat Aston Villa at Villa Park 2-4. Apart from that, Arsenal lost to Unai Emery last season. Unai did a double at Arsenal. The other one was when he was managing Villarreal. He beat Arsenal in the semi-final, where Arsenal drew at home and lost at Villarreal at their home. So in terms of Mikel Arteta versus Unai Emery, Mikel doesn't have very good stats if you look at this. Now let's look at the team, what could be picked for Arsenal and for Aston Villa. I don't think Arsenal will make much changes apart from Timber being in place of Zinchenko, because if Aston Villa counter-attack or in transition, Zinchenko might be a weak link for us on the left-hand side, and Timber might provide the necessary support and stability that we need on the left-hand side. In terms of that, I think a lot of people were thinking that Merino would be playing or maybe at least be in the starting squad. I don't think so. Arsenal would give them the amount of time that is required to settle in at the club and then slowly bring him as a substitute and then gradually integrate Merino in the left-sided 8 position, where with Merino's arrival, it will be a good addition for Arsenal on the left side 8 position, because since Xhaka has left, Martinelli has struggled in the left side, and because there are no overlapping runs from Zinchenko, there are no overlapping runs from Declan Rice when he plays in that role. So Merino will provide the necessary support, and I think Martinelli games will improve. This is what I truly believe in, but let's see what happens. In terms of Aston Villa, I don't think they will be making much changes as well. The only thing that I can think of is maybe they will add Duran to the starting lineup, who scored the goal last week. Apart from that, I think the team picks itself, so I don't think there will be much changes. So that's all for today's episode of Football Pundit. Do let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Which transfer do you think Arsenal should make more? Should they really go for a white player, or should they go for a number 9, that is a striker? And do let me know what are your thoughts about tomorrow's match between Aston Villa and Arsenal. So thank you for tuning in. If you enjoyed the show, please give us a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe for more football insights and discussions. See you next time.